Hi there, welcome to the latest episode of my 10-minute moan. And the topic of this 10-minute moan is looking at the Vice President of America, VANCE, and to see if he was right or wrong, because the videos and paperwork that would suggest he was, when he said you could be jailed for having a silent vigil prayer in your house about abortion. But before we start, I'm not here to have a debate about abortion and whether we should or shouldn't have it. I'm conflicted on that point, I must admit. I don't fancy the idea of killing a baby embryo or, etc. But I'm also aware that in certain circumstances, some people feel it's the only option open to them. So I'm not here to debate or decide for others, because I will never be in a position where I need to make a decision if I'm going to have an abortion or not. So I think that's more applicable that women discuss and decide what should happen in this instance. So I'm, not talking about that. I'm just talking about the laws surrounding it and abortion clinics and the zones put in. And the American Vice President was in Munich last week, and he made a speech which basically said, in Scotland, if your house was in one of these zones and you were having a silent vigil or praying silent prayer about someone going for an abortion, then you could be committing a criminal act. And he was lauded, and people were telling him he was an idiot and he was wrong and all this stuff. Then he'd be nationalists or sort of SNP protectors, these sort of types. And however, I've now got two bits of evidence to present that suggest that Vance was telling the truth, or at least he was more close and more accurate than those suggesting right out the park that would never happen and couldn't happen, and he didn't know what he was talking about. So the first thing I've got is a video of a woman who was having a silent vigil near, it was in a buffer zone. That's not debatable. She didn't challenge that. She just challenged the fact that what she was doing wasn't breaking the law, but was told by the police officers it was indeed breaking the law. And the second bit of evidence to suggest that Vance was correct is a letter from last September to a resident who lived in a safe access zone close to an abortion clinic. So the first thing we'll do is I'll have a look at the video of a woman protesting, but silent protesting. For silent vigil, I think is how she pronounced it. She was offering to talk to anybody and inviting anybody who wanted to talk to her by way of a placard, which we can't see in the video. And this is how the officers dealt with it. And just listen carefully. When she asked quite clearly, she committed an offence, and he said, "Are you having a silent vigil?" And she's told yes. So this is Police Scotland doing what some people are telling Vance wouldn't happen in Scotland.
Examples of what would be classed as breaching the Act. Approaching someone, trying to persuade them not to access abortion services, surrounding people as they go in or out of the clinic or the hospital, handing out leaflets, religious preaching, silent vigil. So standing here saying nothing, it's a silent vigil, so it can...
Well, I'm just pointing out that coercion is against the law, and that if anyone wants to come and speak to me, they can. So I'm not doing anything else.
Yeah, well, you seem to believe you're not doing anything wrong, but there's obviously a reason why you're here and why you're in this area. And you in particular, I am aware that you have been protesting here against abortion before, so I don't understand why you're here in this area again if you're not protesting the same thing.
I'm here to say that if anyone wants to come and speak with me of their own volition, they can.
Yeah.
We could advise you to move away from this area of the sun. Being as close to the hospital, advise you to move away.
Am I committing an offence if I don't move away from the area?
Yes, I believe you're committing this is a silent vigil, so I believe you would be.
Well, I'm here to speak to anyone if they want to speak with me. That's what I'm doing, standing here saying that coercion is a crime, and if anyone wants to come and speak with me, they can. So, is that an offence?
Well, we've asked you to move.
It's quite low because of the way the microphone's situated. You can hear the police officers quite clearly. It's quite difficult sometimes to hear the lady. And at this point, I'm unsure if she continued with her silent vigil and was indeed arrested or not. But I'll try and find some updates on that. So that's the first piece of evidence. So it would suggest that, yes, you can be, for saying nothing in these areas, be arrested. Some people are claiming that Vance was untrue. But it was more specific than that. Vance said that in circumstances you could be arrested for praying in your own home. And he was ridiculed for that. But I believe he was right. And what I present for evidence in that is a document sent in September 2024 from Safer Scotland, and it's part of the Scottish Government. And they've sent this letter out to residents near a designated safe access zone for local healthcare facility where abortion services are provided. Now, what it says explains the law, and then it says, as you can see highlighted by a big pointy arrow, in general, other access apply in public places within the safe access zone. However, activities in private places, such as a house, within the area between the protected premises and the boundary of the zone, could be an offence if they can be seen or heard within the zone and are done intentionally or recklessly. I don't know how you decide whether somebody's praying intentionally or recklessly. I would imagine anybody praying is an intentional act, right? So if you pray, you're intentionally praying. You don't do it by accident. If you do that in your house, do that in your living room, it's no winter and your curtains only shut, and your house happens to be in one of these buffer zones, then according to that letter, and as clear as I can make that out, you could actually be arrested, and it tells you at the bottom you can report a group or individual that you think is breaking the law by contacting Police Scotland at blah blah blah. So, what are we proving? Well, I think it's quite clear that what Vance was saying, in essence, is actually a fact. That you could. The letter suggests that, and the police officers, the way they were dealing with that woman, were saying even in silence, you can be arrested. You don't have to be saying anything. And if you had your window open, your curtains open, you're in the confines of your own house, and you put your hands, close your eyes, and are evidently looking as if you're praying, then, by the letter presented in September 24 to tenants and residents in a buffer zone, I believe Vance to be correct. So that's quite bonkers, isn't it? That an American vice president knows more about the laws in Scotland around praying in an abortion buffer zones than some of the maniacs trying to tell them he was wrong. So if you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you've not already done so, please hit the subscribe and the notification bell. Let me know your comments and opinions below, please. And if you're new to the channel or you're looking to watch more of my videos, YouTube do a clever thing where they select one that they think you would be interested in that you may not have already seen. They put it in the bottom corner here. So unless you're someone shouting out a vice president telling him he's wrong when, in the face of it, looks as if he's right, not you, but
everyone else, have a great day. Cheerio bye now.